Hello everyone. I'm using a throwaway because my almost ex-husband tends to monitor my social medias and I don't want him to have any clues on me or my situation. English is also not my first language, so apologies in advance. Essentially, I left the house with me and my daughter. Me, F20, and my husband, M29, got married when I was 19. Everyone called me stupid and heavily shamed me because of the age difference, but at the time I genuinely thought what we had was real. I figured it was okay because my own parents have an age gap of 13 years and they did wonderfully. He gave me gifts and told me I was the love of his life, the whole thing. When we got married, life was pretty good. He had a job in finance that made good money, and I worked part-time at a library. He had shown no signs of being anything but my ideal husband. He helped around the house, didn't go out drinking all the time, came home from work, kissed me, and we'd just spend the day together. That was until I got pregnant. I was entirely sure that it was his baby, because I knew I definitely hadn't been sleeping anywhere else. But he became extremely angry when I had told him, saying that we weren't ready to be parents and yelling at me for not being more careful. I was already on birth control. I was expecting it to do its job, but it's at 99% for a reason, I suppose. I found out eventually while trying to talk about our options that my husband had a vasectomy around a year ago, and considering I was on birth control, he either thought I tampered with it, or his vasectomy failed, or I cheated. I was shocked, as what are the chances of that? Failed vasectomy and birth control. We continued to talk and he said he wanted a paternity test and I immediately agreed because I understand it seems bad. After a few months we decided to keep our baby, and she's indeed 100% his. I still had my resentments for him getting a vasectomy without telling me, but it is his body I suppose and I tried to get over it. I'm rambling now, let's get to the real part. Recently, my husband has become violent with me. When I say recently, I mean when our daughter was born. He'd stopped cleaning around the house and helping. He began to yell at me and argue over the smallest of things. When our daughter would wake up crying at night, he'd slap me awake to take care of her. And something I didn't realize until now was intentional, he'd often bump into me pretty hard and not say anything. I would always drop what I was holding or stumble. I realized that this wasn't the same man. It all came to a head on Sunday, when our daughter had spit up and vomited after a feeding on the bed, and he hit me on the head while I was holding her, yelling about me feeding her too much and not burping her properly. Not that he would know, he never did it anyways. I decided that night that I had to leave, but I had quit my job to care for my daughter, and my family had long since stopped talking to me. I didn't really have anywhere to go, so I went to a hotel for the night. I managed to round up $1,000, the last of my savings, and head out. He woke up and called me, texted me over 100 times. I turned my location off and deleted Life 360. I have been here for 2 days and will not have much money left. I have brought all the diapers and wipes with me and the jar of formula I had left. My baby is breastfed, so there's no real hunger problem, but I cannot do this long term and I keep thinking about going back. I have applied to a nearby daycare that offers childcare on top of work hours, but I wouldn't have an interview until next week. I have no family to turn to or any funds left. I can use my credit card until then. I think I have enough. My husband's texts were full of apologies and no harsh language, and he has said he wants to do couples counseling, but I haven't responded and have been leaving him on read. He hasn't sent me anything hostile. I want to go back because I cannot care for our baby alone with no savings. For my daughter, I want to go back, as he's never shown animosity towards her and only really me. Would it be wrong of me to stay here knowing I can't care for her? I don't mind if he begins to be bad with me again if it means she is taken care of properly. I am willing to give him a second chance so that my daughter has a proper roof over her head, as I am struggling to do this alone and have no money.